Hello, Rebecca D'Onofrio here of RDYoga, and I wanted to talk about intention setting practice. It can be a really powerful practice for inviting that which we want to invite into our life to cultivate more of or less of, depending on what it is. So it's a very simple practice. You can do this first thing in the morning. I tend to find doing it in the morning sets the tone for the day. And I like to come to a seated position when I do this, but you can do it while you're still lying in bed or just sitting upright. Maybe after you've had your tea or coffee in the morning or a smoothie. You find what really works for you. So just finding a moment where you can really just land for a minute with your thoughts, while not being distracted. So I'm a mom of two young kids, so I tend to do it either before I get the kids up for school or right after I drop them off. Just even in the car, just giving myself a moment. So finding those opportunities are really important, if you have a pretty busy life, which so many of us do. So I'm going to just come to a nice seated position and bringing some uprightness to the spine, to my torso, opening up the chest a little bit helps me to just feel more tuned into my body. So you could try that and see if that's true for you. And starting the intention setting practice, I always like to invite 3 full breaths. Again, that helps me to really come into my body and really bring my focus into my body. So you can try that with me. Inhale through your nose, fill your belly, and gently let it out. Again, inhale and exhale. Breath in and out. And then I tend to close my eyes when I do this practice, but you can do it either way. Again, it's totally up to you. Closing my eyes helps me to bring my attention more fully to my thoughts. And so from here, begin to allow a word or two to arise in your mind. A word that that symbolizes or represents what you would like to invite more of into your life. I find something spontaneously will arise if I give it a little bit of time. So notice if that happens for you, and it's okay if it doesn't. So invite a word or 2 or 3. What do you need more of in your life? Perhaps rest, that's coming into my mind. It could be more physical activity. It could be more love, kindness, compassion for yourself, maybe for others as well. It really could be anything. Make this very personal. What do you need more of in your life? Another one coming up for me is drinking more water. It doesn't have to be super grand. It could be something very simple like that. What do you need more of in your life? You could even visualize it with your mind's eye. It could also be something that you need less of, perhaps less distraction. For me, less social media is coming to mind. You could think of one thing. I tend to find just sticking with one thing at a time, really honing in on that is most helpful for me, as I tend to be a bit of a multitasker. And so once you've brought that to mind, once you have an intention in your awareness, you could vocalize that intention. I would like to cultivate more water into my body. I will commit to drinking enough water today. So it really helps to vocalize it as it lands in your brain more. But saying it to yourself in your mind is totally fine as well. Again, this is about what works for you. Make it personal. And after you've done that, I like to seal the practice with 3 rounds of breath, as we did in the beginning. So when you're ready, you're welcome to breathe with me. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Breath in. And out. And if you had your eyes closed, you could begin to gently blink them open. And as you go about your day, see if you can bring your intention to your daily activity. And then at the end of the day, I like to do the same practice and start with a few rounds of breath and then bring to mind, moments where I was able to cultivate my intention. So for me, I'll check in tonight with how many times did I give myself the opportunity to make sure that I got enough water. And then end with a few rounds of breath and just let the practice, let the intention go as you, finish your day. So you could set the same intention each day if it's something you want to continue to make sure you're creating more of a habit of, or it could be different each day. It's really up to you. So make this practice your own and let me know how it goes. I always like to hear in the comment section how it's going for you. And thank you so much for tuning in. Take care.